Okay, we've just finished a dungeon. Chief Archer level 40. We're almost there. Now we need to do this. Deliver cups of tea to the lookouts. Oh my. You there, you Amalja? No, then carry on. Have some tea. Ah, a sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I had a drop of sweet Danala. I'm going to enjoy this. What's a masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 foams tall, has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Well. Team? Don't bother me. If the Amal Ja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious man. A matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not. What with the mask and robe? Oh, okay. But assuming it was a he was talking with some Ala Megans. I assumed he was one of them. Alright, someone else wants tea. Excuse me. Who the hell's you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, have some tea. Well, ain't you considerate? Thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among the refugees? Like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. It's just near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Oh. Sword loser. Ah, you're back. So, did my lookouts have aught to share with you? Doesn't sound like much to go by. To get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need cooperation from the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Alright. Giselbert would offer some advice regarding our investigation. Okay, so you're determined to press on with your investigation. Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without Al Megan's trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Alright. I think I might know some... Oh. There we go. Welcome back, Spanky. How fares the investigation? I see, given all that they suffered, it is of little wonder that the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They've had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of these 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that could be done more to ease their hardships, I fear nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would bring a lasting solution. But let us deal with the problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Okay. Ooh, look at this. We are getting so buff. Benfilla wants to introduce you to an Alamegan member of the Scions. Alamegan comrade is named Haribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Haribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Here you are. Citizen Spanky Spankison, the Scion's rising star. Is there aught I can do for you? Yes. You wish to win the trust of the people of Alamigo? That's a daunting task, even for my own countrymen. I'd like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Alright. Hey, you want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ha, why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Because you love me. Haribart sent you? That worthless horse son. Bandits his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I mean, I realized Haribart was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mefrid, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Fantastic. Ah, there we are. Mefrid needs help tending a wounded brother. I am Mefrid, a proud man of the Alamigan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wounds gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. Gods damn it, I asked for the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on our hands, on their hands, excuse me. These Quarry Mill caverns would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. Alright, you got it. Oh, right over here. One of Mefrid's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, I truly do. They're my countrymen, after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. Been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if anyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident. Hearer. If you take the matter to her, might as well she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Okay. Charlie. You wish to aid the Alamegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I've not the authority to grant you your wish. Its authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast or men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place between the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. Okay. That's how it's to be then, huh? The bloody hero might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance are free of this place. Alright. Effort needs your help to save a wounded comrade. I mean, I know. I led my men to Quarry Mill hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. Cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell, the galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt. You got it. Oh, I can't just break in there. You're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. I do. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgar. There's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. Happen to know a man named Buscaron, would you? I do. Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he'd like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him, have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. Wait, am I already in Quarry Mill? Yeah. Uh-oh. Whiskeron's druthers. Ah, Spanky, ever a sight for sore eyes, indeed. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. Got something to show me? I do. These look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years ago. Safe to say he saved my life. Oh, that's convenient. What's this? This is for an Alamegan soldier, inquiry Mel? So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as he needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Okay. It is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? I do. God bless you, adventurer. I'll see the galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Well, thanks. Happy to do it. My friend needs your help to find a missing comrade. Is this the same one? Adventure Galleon has gone missing. There we are. He's nowhere to be found. Shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's likely to deteriorate where it was before, or worse. Need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albreda. Might be as worth as the woman's seen something. Alright. Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago. And he left me the sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That's why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to little Alamigo. Ah, blasted, I would have known that's what he was thinking. I had stopped him myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the woods in his weakened state is suicide. So we should probably go get him, yeah? Out in the wilds alone? That fool, that great big sentimental fool. And then I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Oh, Galleon. Watch out, a goblin. Galleon. Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. You take us for? We're Alamegans. Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember that oath we swore? God damn it. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamega soil again, together or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing. You'll wish we didn't find you. You will wish. Can't thank you enough. We'll see you back at Quarry Mill. Gallion's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to make it to the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Tell me about it. Medford wishes to repay your kindness. Now things are relatively settled. I seem to recall you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend of my people. Ask of me anything, and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo, that's fall. Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I've no doubt he will do all in his power to aid you. Okay. It seems like the long way around. Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. Well, I don't know, man. You spoke with Meffred? It has been long since I last heard from him. I feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Meffred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Meffred is a friend of mine. I know this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. Uh-oh. We're gonna get some answers. Gundobald is willing to share with you what he knows of the masked stranger. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts, but they are not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obliged to talk. Alright. The youths of Alabigo. Walder. Masked man, no idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Oh, okay. That's not suspicious at all. Adeline's. Kakandawald sent you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man, and... Well, you don't know anything about this. Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me not to think of it, think I'm in for it. Okay. Sifrid. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have. But I'll be sure to tell my friends you're looking for him. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. I don't know if he's being serious. There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble. Mark me words. Alright. So we can't go that way. So you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, the same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Naught would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not, unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. You got it. Remfig, Wilfred wants you. He has a secret message for me. Alright. You done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wilred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the craggy area north of here. Alright. What is this? Ah, Wilred. Thanks for coming, friend. She's no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Krill got your tongue? No matter, but whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! Uh-oh. Wilred. You're stronger than you look, I know. Changes nothing. Threatens us, beat us, bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. I want to help you, dude. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Attacked by Wilred and his cronies? That they would go to such lengths for the sake of the plan of theirs. Up to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. I agree. Gunnabel needs your help to rein in the young ones of Little Alamigo. Let's do it. Wilred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Bertliana, God's preserve, what happened? I was foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to their hideout and they... what'd they do to you, honey? They laughed at me. They said I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? I heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. These villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. Ascertain the youth's intentions. Like, do we need to speak to them? The pain, I can bear it no longer. Uh-oh. I went to Ul'dah hoping to find honest work, but there wasn't a single job to be had. At least nothing that didn't require me to give up my dignity. Okay, so that wasn't what we were looking for. Oh, here we are. Map of Xanarak. Almighty Ralgar, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength, put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. What I'm worried about. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundobald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the Seven Hills did I put that bloody map? Oh, the one I stole? I'm not there yet. What those animals did to Bertliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Oh, a hunting knife. Deliver the clues to Gundobald. Gone, the whole lot of them? Then as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands, but what exactly they mean to do? A hunting knife and a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wilrid spoke of crystals, did you not? They could possibly mean, by the gods, this is rank madness. Young fools are untrained and unblooded, all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amal Jah are. They'll be butchered before they get within a few hundred yalms of the crystals. They're headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Alright. Well, Wilrid, man. Okay. Did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals is supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make offering the crystals to Rogler to summon him, and just the masked man taught us. Uh-oh. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and made off with the lizard man's cash, but they caught us and so many dead. Forgive us. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price to pay for youthful folly. All their failings, they are the hope of the Almegid people. This hope I will guard with my life. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youth could learn much, like from a man like you. Battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. We've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right here, ripe for the picking. You learned nothing, Wilrid. Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god, and it is what you desire for yourself and your friends. Don't say anything about the masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgur. He swore. Enough. I will hear the rest of this story tale back at Little Alamigo. I dare say Spanky will wish to hear it as well. I will wish to hear it. No more lies. I was outside of the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. It was about summoning Ralgur, about using crystals, and then he just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe we could raise ourselves from this squalor I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known, there's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilrid. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It's for you to decide what to make of this legacy, but whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me. Sorry I tried to kill you. Fair enough. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort. Always be welcome here. Alright. Gunvald wants to wish you well on your investigation. Whether we had more information to offer, but that Wilrid told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray you'll find and put a swift end to the creature for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. Yeah, me too, man. Welcome back, Spanky. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? All this stuff. Granted the knowledge of summoning and impressionable young minds, you say, precisely the kind of deception the Ashians would employ. Many of the ills that ail the land will be attributed to the calamity. Some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. Ooh, Tataru. I'll work and no play makes Minfilia Del Scion. Did you say something? Nothing, milady. Cheeky little brat. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Here's another lead to pursue. Turret Falgord. While you're returning to business in Thanland, some new information arrived, courtesy of friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in North Shroud. The sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the selfsame area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Please speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Spanky. Oh, she's in here. Walking one is to investigate Sinister One, then heed well one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to a friendly one, a digging one named Medrod and had an encounter with a scary masked one. Masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go ahead and speak with Digging One Medrod. Digging One is to be found at Fallground Float in North Shroud. Very well. Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Perhaps if we were to soothe him, he might remain calm enough, long enough to hold a conversation. Yeah, soothe. You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. Just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man, garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman, one glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instance, I knew right away the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. Brutal. You're investigating the same masked man? Yes, indeed. That's the case, we'll help you whatever way we can. Anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Metroid's hysteria ever again. Very well. Alright, teamwork, that's what I wanted. Wait, I haven't been that bad. Anyway, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay him for comforting me. So, here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Oof. Among local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing finger at them. I somehow doubt the answer is that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of these creatures and see if you can find proof connecting them to the deaths. Alright. Easy peasy. You've already seen to the Ziz? Good work. So you're able to find aught to suggest the creatures are culprits? Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Further knowledge of the mysterious deaths. Something else I've heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, huh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some whisper that after each victim died, a rancor went into the great big rock somewhere southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. There's investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. Stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you have to throw the thing. Once you've torn a rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments. We'll give them a gander. Okay. Lookouts are used on areas rather than single targets. First, click on the item displayed in the duty list. While selecting an item, the glowing radius will appear on the ground. Can be moved freely with the mouse into the desired position. Oh, I see. Very nice. Overall, has information regarding the investigation. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Madrad's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. Cannot see whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same as Medrad's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze at the giant eyeball. I thought I was screaming at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. Tap into the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Okay? Yes. Okay, so they're both over that way. Oh, we have to throw the stick. Oops. Gather the crystals, lightning aspected crystals. A humming crystal. Oh, they're all that's a hunting crystal. Oops. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. It has a name, but what a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? But these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspects. I'll say to say it, but that explains the flashing and the moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've done and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh, well. Okay. Well, just Banemite appeared, and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Chancellor, no, you've done us a great service. You have my gratitude. This does make me wonder. Was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Medrad is troubled by the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing the killer's still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I have been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banemite. But you and I were malms apart. How could we have been both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banemite at the very spot you claim to see that fiendish eyeball, isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oof, an apple tart. Serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gods, of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious. Then this means since there have been repeated sightings of those fiends, must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Gulp. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. Bird to know the truth. Some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was a rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah. Oh my god, we actually almost died there. Search for a maiden's corpse was a Falgord. Got it. Greetings, adventurers. There aught I might assist you with? Yep. Godspeed, good, not again. Now, no matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any. Sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. Each appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end none can say. Victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of kin. This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, kind of an organization, perhaps. The way I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. I think too. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mayun. Perhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. More to you, Spanky. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. No. Isn't this a lovely button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you find this? A dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Etherlight Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Noah Gamdula wishes the patrons of Carling Canopy would keep a closer eye on their belongings. I'm not busy enough without playing Lost and Found. Oh, do forgive me, friend. Once again, one of our customers has departed without her belongings, and I'm at a loss for what to do about it. Understand the adventurers have many cares on their minds. It would make my life easier if they could keep their personal effects in order. You did not come here to lend an ear to my grumblings. I didn't. It's the book in question. The face of its owner was unfamiliar to me, but Erel over there seemed quite smitten with her, as with every pretty lass he lays his eyes on, but that's neither here nor there. But I trouble you to inquire as to the girl's whereabouts. I found the man to be less than forthcoming ever since I spurned his advances. Ah, the sweet thing at the journal? Of course I remember her, and remember her well. Had a smile to warm the heart, and a laugh, a lilt, one might say, to tickle the depths of the soul, and she was most eager to hear tales of my travels. She speaks to keen and sensitive mind. Julie, I believe was her name. No, that's not right. Julie was the redhead from last week. Ah, damned if I can remember. Understand, no small number of comely lasses come out company. I dare say keeping all the names and faces straight is an adventure in itself. Any road, the girl spoke of paying a visit to Apkalu Falls before traveling on. Like as not, you'll find her there now, shedding a tear or two at our parting. Do pass along my regards if you see her. She should really be recognizable in that charming straw hat of hers. You're looking around for work, you must be an adventurer too, am I right? You won't find much here, I'm afraid. Seems the only thing people talk about these days, that nasty bit of business down with Esamhar. Surely you've heard the stories of a strange portal suddenly appearing in the ruins down there? I know I have not heard those stories. Give me that look, I'm only telling you what I overheard from the whalers. They say on the other end of it is some sort of labyrinth. The thing is, every time they go down there to map the place out, nothing is the same. A mystery if I've ever heard one. More than happy to let us stay in mystery. Strange apparitions, booby-trap corridors. Going down there is nothing short of suicide. So the prospect of treasure is awful tempting. Don't take my word for it, though. Head down to Esamhar and you can hear it straight from the chocobo's mouth. Very well. For work, you've come to the right place. I'm Merthelin, a representative of the Adventurers Guild. As a leave mate stationed here in Camp Tranquil, I'm responsible for signing various tasks that come from beleaguered locals. Whenever these tasks entail a significant degree of danger, I'm set to you loose on my leaves with a clear conscience. I must be first convinced your capacities to surmount challenges you're likely to encounter. Start you off with a leave of my choosing and see how we go. Try this one. You're retrieving the furs you may encounter the poachers themselves. I suggest you arm yourself for battle. Good fortune receives you success in the near future. Alright, let's do this leave. Nice. Easy peasy. I have a feeling you would do well from the moment we met. And though it was but a trial, you earned your reward nonetheless. I say I was rather impressed with your results. I see no reason not to grant you access to a greater range of leave quests. What's difficult now is task is choosing which one to attempt next. Alright, let's load these up. You have an air of a man who's seen his share of adventure. If you're interested, I have a perfect job for you. I'm sorry, but I must insist that you, an adventurer, and rather seasoned looking one besides, on the off chance you're not simply here to gawp, perhaps you can lend us a hand. See, despite the fervent protestations of those dusk whites over there, we cannot permit civilians within the ruins at this time. Capable men and women like you, on the other hand, are more than welcome, that is, if you've got the stones for it. Pray seek out the others stationed at Quarrymill. They can apprise you of the details. Well met, adventurer. I'm taking you've come to learn more of the recent happenings at Issamhar. The site is of interest owing to the Gelmoran ruins. Gelmora being an underground city which predates Gridania, in case you were unaware. He wrote, a few days past, we received reports from several anthropogeographers that a magical gateway of some sort had appeared in the ruins. All manner of creatures were coming and going through it. My men and I were among the first to examine it, and well, it's hard to explain. We crossed the threshold into a set of corridors we'd never seen before. Suddenly each and every one of us was filled with an inexplicable sense of dread. All I could do to take even a single step. According to Iuna Kotor, who accompanied us, the ruins warded with powerful magics that sap the spirits and the ether of all who enter, rendering them prey for creatures within. Thankfully, he managed to devise a solution. Ether pool arms and armor which safeguard and channel wielders' energies, that they might withstand the ruins' magics. Fortunately, it does little to prevent us from losing our way, though if beggars believe, every time we dare to venture into the ruins, we found the path to be changed. We suspect this may be so, the work of unfathomably powerful mage. Hello. Needless to say, something strange is afoot. Traditional tactics are not like to suffice. Experienced adventurers need to proceed with caution. In the event, if you believe you have what it takes to break the ruins and discover the secrets that lie in its deepest depths, you need but say the word. I do believe that. Palace of the Dead. Alright, you have access to Palace of the Dead. You may enter solo or in a party of up to 4 players. Speaking with the Wood Whaler, expeditionary captain, you'll be given the option to enter with a fixed party or match party via the matching system. Players will start at level 1 regardless of the current class or level. Furthermore, only Aetherpool arms and Aetherpool armor may be used within the Palace of the Dead. Each floor of the Palace of the Dead is randomly generated, including the placement of enemies, treasure coffers, and traps. Further details can be had by speaking with the Wood Whaler expeditionary captain. I wonder how we repair. Ah, we leveled up. Very nice. Oh, in this game. Got it. another visitor. Strength is now +3. Did we lose somebody? Nice. Hmm. Bernadette. You'd help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the White Lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there's a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Singuled, or the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear. Whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button on the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Do not believe we are acquainted. Please leave me to my thoughts. Sigil of Dartencourt's family. How did you came to be positioned in this button? The body of a murdered woman? Her face was marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths. But on one condition, you promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. Alright. Nice. There was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Darzincours. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart of befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men. But my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So that was when I left Halka Manor, my home for nigh half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of the experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at the Halka Manor on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now and do what must be done. Creepy. Oh, whoops. What is as or harass others could be democratically expelled from the party to initiate a vote. Now we did it. Increased action damage, alright. Darkness has taken root within these halls. Sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. I cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It's a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You have every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It's no ordinary mortal who can acquire the one crystal of light, much less three. Crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. Ashen of the 12th Sword. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to pay, but take measure of your strength for Master La Habrea. Task now completed, we take our leave of you. Okay. Fare you well, bringer of light. Oh, up over there. Sights awaited you within the manor. What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. Well, she went so far as to consort with devils. But that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray. It is plain that they are the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed I know not how many young innocent women to die in unspeakable circumstances. Matters not wherefore, though misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to authorities, accept whatever punishment they deem just. Only pray the gods will have mercy on my soul. Welcome back, Spanky. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me how you fared on your sojourn in the Twelveswood. Two of La Habrea's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? Devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then. The Ashians have begun to move in earnest. We knew that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of this elusive enemy and recommend they heighten their vigil. There's no shortage of misery in the world that the Ashians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all that we can from information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
I mean, but we're not going to
So
decline.
you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send him to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola, can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Eorzea, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Hail, adventurer, and welcome to Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about a listing, speak with the personnel officer. Unless you are the guest we were told to expect. Forgive me. To business then, it is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Okomoro. We subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Ooh, it's Morbid. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. We're to spread of your accomplishments, Spanky. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Spanky personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the Kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we've had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we returned. They are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls with the strength to face this foe. So it is then we turn now to the science of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen, that each would keep to their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsans who violated this agreement? Dissatisfied with their lot, shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. Uh-oh. I advise you to choose your words with great care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath, or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I must ask of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Spanky? Yes, of course. Give my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. The kobold should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, be wise to learn all we can of our foe. I think of no better source of information than mercenaries who defeated him once before. Company of Heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It said one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet mills in Lower Eorzea. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. And meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Alright. Good progress tonight. We'll get back into this. I'm going to be maybe in and out over the next few days. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming, but fun hanging out, and we'll talk to you next time.